good to go. Boom. We're back. Street Grappler 2, episode 13. Episode 13. Man, and what a weekend we had, right? We had 2 Bellator cards. We had Abu Dhabi, which we're not going to talk about, but I definitely watched. Abu Dhabi, a grappling only tournament. What else did we have? Anything else?
It was a UFC card Friday, the Bellator card Saturday.
Oh, man.
A lot of fight announcements.
Tons of shit to talk about. Well, how was your week, man? That's the real question. The Albino Gazelle, I want to know what the Albino Gazelle was doing, how to go from, what'd you do this week?
I've had a lot of work-related stuff, which, isn't fun to talk about, but it's been going good at work.
Took stick, huh?
Good because I'm getting paid more, so that's good, but it means that I get less free time. So I missed a couple days of jiu-jitsu this week, but the gym kind of closed down, so we've been moving from one location to another.
Yep. Doing some work, moving some shit around, but it's okay. It's for the better of the team, right? Everyone's going to profit and gain from this. Me, what I was doing was working, obviously, but Destiny 2, playing some fucking video games. Shit's fun. PS4.
You asked me about Destiny a while back. I didn't know that you got into it, so how do you like it?
It's good. I'm actually kind of impressed with the game. I played Halo growing up, so it's very similar as far as that goes, but man, I'm having a good time, leveling up, doing the whole thing. I don't know any details or any characters. I'm just fucking shooting shit and killing people and sucking from time to time, but it's okay. I'm having a great time, and that's what matters, right? Anyway, what do we got to talk about today? We got a ton to talk about. We're going to talk about all of the fight announcements that happened over the week. We had like 5 different fights that got announced. We're going to touch base on 3. We're going to talk about UFC Japan. We're going to talk about Bellator this weekend. We're going to talk about Rory McDonald and his fucking turtleneck, which is spectacular. And we're also going to talk about the pound-for-pound list, which I'm going to tell you right now, guys, Mike's list is 100% fucking wrong, and mine is right. And he's going to try to argue about that, but I'm telling you right now, his list is bullshit. Just get ready. Be ready for that. But first, let's go ahead and touch base on these fucking matchups. This week, UFC fucking went crazy. They announced, like...
Well, they got the big fight season coming up with the holidays, so...
Mm-hmm. You know what I just did right now?
Yeah.
Take a guess as to what I just did.
You just plugged in the mic?
God damn it, Mike! I plugged in the mic. Oh, my God. We're in. Luckily, the other mic was working, but we should be good. Test? All right. Mics are up and working now. God damn it. You should have pointed that out. I blame Mike for the mics.
Okay. I got to know these things,
100% my fault. I have the fucking switchboard of the mixer over here on my left side. I blame it on the switchboard of the mixer. It's new. It's new to me. That's what it is. But anyway, UFC going crazy this weekend, announcing a bunch of shit, right? They went ahead. The big one, the first one that I want to touch base on real quick is Jimmy Rivera versus Dominic Cruz. That match right there. That's a fucking fight right there, man. Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Rivera has been calling Dominic Cruz out for quite some time. He's been talking shit. Twitter, last fight he had against, what's that Brazilian cat's name? Did he just beat via decision? Oh my God, I'm blanking out. Almeida, Thomas Almeida. He beat Thomas Almeida by decision. Get to the mic and tells Dominic Cruz to get on the trace, step into the mat, step into the cage. It's time to go ahead and defend your spot, the number 1 spot, because I won in. And it looks like he fucking got it, against D. Cruz, the former champ, the former great, the pound-for-pound great. What do you think of the matchup?
I think that in Dominic's head, he's thinking it's another big swinger. I'm going to make him miss, and I'm going to, dance around him and hit him with my little pillow punches. But I don't know. I think people might have figured out Dominic. I think that he might be underestimating Mr. Rivera here.
I don't know if they figured. He lost once, and who did he lose to? He lost to Cody Garbrandt.
Yes.
Cody Garbrandt is starching everyone. So I mean, it's not really. I don't think it's a matter of like he got figured out. I think.
Well, I think MMA in general has been moving towards the movement and the footwork where he was so deep into that before everybody else.
Yeah,
that's how he got figured out.
One of the all-time greats.
They stole his.
One of the all-time greats, Conor McGregor, right?
Yes, but he's got a little bit different of a movement where, like, Cejudo stole his kind of movement.
Yes.
Where I think there's like two different kinds of, the karate kind of movement, and then the dominant kind of like
moving around, shuffling around, the whole bouncing around thing.
Exactly.
Man, to tell you the truth, like that's gonna be a good fucking matchup. I'm excited for it. To be honest, right now, I don't have like a real clear idea of who's gonna win. If anything, I'm leaning towards Dominic because of the strength of his record, the history that he's got. He's beat a lot of fucking good guys. Granted, Jimmy Rivera has too, but Dominic Cruz's been doing it for longer. There's a lot of things that come into play. Time off, time away. Their last performances, age comes into play. But man, that matchup is going to be fuego. I'm super excited about that one. I'm pumped on that. And man, can't wait for it to come up. Next up, Reem, Uber motherfucking Reem versus Francis Ngannou. Man, I miss the days when Overeem looked like Francis Ngannou. Those were the days.
I mean, Ngannou looks good, but he doesn't look like that.
Like right now, for those of you that are just listening, I have a picture up of Alisha Overeem in his debut when he fought Brock Lesnar. Just looking jacked as shit, muscles on top of muscles. He had muscles back in the day that I didn't even know fucking existed. Like, what are these side muscles called that like are on the side of your abs? On top right hand corner.
It looks like he had gills.
It's fucking gills. Yeah. Motherfucker had gills. His biceps are ridiculous and his shoulders are just absurd. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Ngannou looking pretty good too, getting off the bus, but man, I miss the days that Overeem looked that fucking ridiculously jacked. Can we just legalize steroids? I mean,
I do like his new kind of style he's got going, where it's a little bit smarter over him.
Yes.
He picks his shots, but he's still
a lot of pot shots.
When he takes those shots and they land, devastating things happen.
He puts people down for sure every single time. He's got, I think honestly, Overeem, even though he's got a suspect chin, and he does. Well,
it's heavyweight division.
I was about to say that. Yeah, it's hard with the heavyweight division because shots are obviously coming a lot harder, right? But he does have a little bit of a suspect chin. Like, we compare him to other heavyweights, I feel like he gets dropped, I don't know, the same amount as Andrei Arlovski. I feel like if you touch those guys, they go down.
But he's definitely not a Hunt. He's definitely not Stipe.
Yes. So that's going to be I love his style. I hate that he gets hit and he goes down. Maybe that's with age or maybe all the brawls. And Ngannou, man, that kid, he's scary. He's got a fucking championship look, that's for sure. He looks like just big, intimidating, fucking athletic beast, knocking people out. He had a submission recently.
Standing Kimura?
I think
it was a standing Kimura.
Sakuraba style Kimura. I remember that shit. I jumped up out of my chair and I fucking praised the MMA gods for having that standing Kimura Sakuraba style. He looks good. A little green, but I feel like if he touches over him, he's going to go down.
But little green can be good in the heavyweight division because, like, over him, he's had a lot of KOs.
Yes.
So that's what kind of causes him to be trigger shy because he knows what can happen. Where Ngannou doesn't know what it feels like to be knocked out, and he might just go in there with a little more aggression, and that kind of might give him the edge over
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what I mean
by that is... Depends on the fighter, and the situation,
So here's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying that he's, green. I'm saying he's green. You're agreeing that he's green. But him not knowing what it's like to get knocked out, that means he's going to come in a little bit wilder and looser. Is that going to help him? Like, being more aggressive?
Well, yeah, like I said, it depends on who he is fighting and what situation it is,
Who you got on that one? You got a pick on that one? I mean, granted, it can change. We got to see how the camps go and how they're looking at the weigh-ins and whatnot. But just right now, throwing out a pick just for shits and giggles.
That's super close. I'd have to say Reem.
Ngannou.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. He's gonna catch him with a not a lucky shot, but like one of those bob hooks. Gonna just clip over him, just like right there at the top of the head, and you're just gonna see over his head go, wah, wah, and it just go down, crumple down.
Because even though over him, has the suspect chin, he has shown a little bit higher,
the fight IQ.
Fight IQ, game planning
going through the roof. Yeah. I think it's a couple things. One, it's It's being older. 2, Greg Jackson's definitely helping him out with that game plan. It has to be. Because as soon as you got to Greg Jackson, his movement was a lot better, and his fucking awareness of everything just got a lot better. So I think he's got to attribute a lot of it over there. Moving on to the next big matchup that the UFC made. There was about 6 or 7 other ones, but the other big one that we have coming up is Cynthia Calvillo. Calvillo versus Carla Esparza. Man, here's the thing. For me, I feel like they're the same fucking fighter. Like
for me,
I think they are the same person.
If you bring up,
let me ask you a question before you get started.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question first. Rock, paper, scissors. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I got it. Anyway, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen Cynthia Calvillo and Carla Esparza in the same place at the same time? No, they're the same person. This fight's not gonna happen. Someone's gonna pull out. I'm calling it right now. They're the exact same person. They're fucking twins. They're not twins. They're the same person.
I love conspiracy theories, and I love this. But I must say, bring up Carla Esparza's record, because I don't think she has a win in the UFC that's not a decision.
What does that have to do with anything? A win is a fucking win.
Calvillo chokes people out. She submits people. She's not the same fighter. One goes for finishes. The other barely wins.
But she wins. A win is a win. You can't say that kind of stuff. So, with that being said, do you think, let's put it to you this way, do you think Mark Hunt is a better fighter than GSP?
No.
GSP had a shit ton of decisions, and Mark Hunt has a shit ton of finishes.
Decisive finishes. The decisive decisions, though.
Oh, fuck. Looking up Carla Esparza's record, we've got... We'll start from Invicta, because Invicta's a pretty fucking soft.
Let's go just to the UFC.
Felice Herrig, Sarah Schneider, Lynn Alvarez, Beck Rollins, Rose Namajunas, loses Joanna Jędrzejczyk for the belt, beats Joanna Lima, loses to Randa Marcos by split decision, and then beats Miranda Moroz. That's a pretty solid fucking record. 12-4.
Yeah, like I said, though, she's only got one submission, and it was in a tough fight, so it might not even count. I understand what you're saying. You think that she has a similar style, but...
Let's take a look
at... Calvillo is definitely somebody that's fun to watch.
Calvillo's record.
Esparza is not fun to watch.
Let's look at this very long list of fights that she's got. I'm being extremely sarcastic here. She's got a total of six fights, and we want to do... reputable promotions. Let's start with Legacy. Legacy's a decent one. Montana Stewart, Amanda Cooper, Pearl Gonzalez, and Joanne Calderwood. That's it.
Montana Stewart's making a name of herself in tough.
She's got 2 submissions. Bro.
Two submissions, 2 knockouts, right?
TKOs.
Yeah.
And that's at the lower level. Come on. They're the same fucking fighter. It's not a toss-up, but it's a fucking toss-up.
Okay.
No? You don't think so?
This is not the only time we're going to be disagreeing on this podcast. We should move on.
This is fucking true. No, I want to talk about it. So who you got? I got my money on Esparza. I'm going to tell you right now. Esparza is going to go ahead and ground her and fucking hold her down.
I couldn't put my hand out fast enough. I can't.
Oh, you want to put some fucking money down, motherfucker? You want to do this right now?
We'll do this.
Okay, 6-pack. Let's put a 6-pack on it. 6-pack.
Yeah.
There we go. Choice of beer. I'm going to choose the most expensive fucking beer on the planet. Yeah. You wait, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, choose the most expensive beer, but just come towards me.
Oh, man. Anyways, I think Carla Esparza will probably have the edge in the fight, to be honest. It's just...
Edge is in a split decision edge, not edge is in like a submission win.
She gonna win, that's for sure. She gonna get the W. Fuck. Come on, man. Get out of here with that bullshit. Alright, moving on. Over the weekend, we had a couple of different fights. Typically, on Fridays, you'll have like a Bellator, etc., a fight night of other companies. But this week, we had it switched up. UFC fight night in Japan. Same Prue versus Akami happened on Friday. And then we had Bellator over on Saturday. Pretty solid weekend of fights. Not going to fucking lie. I was satisfied pretty much from start to end, right? We did a fight companion or a word on the street. Live stream, alternate commentary for the UFC show. And it went pretty well. We did the main card. We had Formiga getting the rear naked choke right off the bat. And then my boy, Ishihara, getting kicked in the balls like 17 different fucking times. It was bad. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
It was bull.
That was not. We argued about this before the podcast.
No.
There was some question as to whether he was hitting the balls.
If you watch the fight and you see the replay, it's clearly foot and shin on balls. 1,000%. And that with that man, Ishihara, the guy that fucking loves his beaches, as he says, that's the one thing you can't be doing, man. You can't kick that guy in the balls. So come on, that's fucked up. You're going to ruin his entire weekend. Guy's been fucking training, not getting any poon for God knows how many weeks, saving it all up, waiting for the day after the fight, and then you kick him the balls fucking 10 times. Bullshit. Rolando D, you're a bad person. I'm going to tell you right now, you're a bad person. I'm going to tell Ivory on you. Ivory being your niece that you know about. Fucking tell on you, motherfucker. Not cool. Not cool. Anyway, the fight went pretty well, pretty good. I thought it was entertaining. What about you?
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Ishihara coming out pretty strong in the first round, getting that counter left hook, stepping back, blasting down the middle, dropping down D, getting a 10-8. Second round, gave it to D, right? I think we both agree on that, right? And then third round, you could have given it to D. You did give it to D, but that point deduction brought it down to an even round, which gave the victory over to Ishihara. Now, D, being the dumbass that he is, kicking the balls nonstop. If he just would have kicked them twice instead of 3 times, he would have gotten a draw. Probably would have stayed in the UFC. I'm not so sure D's going to be hanging around. Probably going to get cut. And to be honest, D didn't look bad. Like the rest of the fight, second and third round, he looked pretty good.
Did he not look bad, or is Ishihara not that good?
Ishihara is the greatest fucking featherweight of all time. Okay, he's the uncrowned king.
So he should be right behind.
We're gonna talk about pound for pound, and he's gonna be all creeping up on that fucking list. All right, man. He looked pretty good. That fight was pretty good. It was entertaining. I had a good time. Right after that, we had Gokhan Saki making his debut, an 0-1 fighter making his debut in the UFC versus Henrique da Silva. Henrique da Silva coming in with some experience, right? Primarily a kickboxer, but he's got a good amount of fights under his belt. He's coming in at 12-3 when facing Gokhan Saki. And man, that fight was exciting, right? I mean, right off the bat, these guys came out swinging. And you got to give props to Henrique da Silva because that motherfucker did not try to go for a takedown until like the middle or end of the first round. It was impressive. It was pretty fucking impressive. What did you think about the fight?
I thought it was really fun. I thought that Henrique was going to go for the takedown, which didn't happen until halfway into the fight. And he rocked Gokhan when he was getting kind of tired. And he definitely thought he had a chance to take over that fight.
Dude, that knee and elbow combination, you can see Gokhan Saki's knees just wobble and give out for a brief second. But that switch that Gokhan Saki, he's got that fucking murderer's look. You know, you look in his eyes, he's probably killed the guy. I'm pretty sure he's fucking beat the shit out of someone and murdered them with a brick.
Yeah, he lives in that kind of area where, like, you suspect that out of everybody, you know?
Is he Dutch? Where's he from?
No, Turkey.
He's Turkish. Turkish
Eastern Europe, you know, it's like...
Yeah, yes.
Hard living.
Man, it's gonna be that was a good fight. I mean, he's gonna have a rough career. People, they know.
Well, I think there's a few matchups in the light heavyweight division that the UFC could throw at him.
Do you ease him in, or you just throw him?
No, you give him. I'm gonna kill this dude's name. Like, he just got pulled from the card. Ian Kotabal, or he just okay.
Look at these eyes. I have no idea who you're talking about.
How about the Italian dude?
Give him fucking Tyson Pedro. Wasn't he getting world champion?
Okay, I was gonna say guys like that. Tyson Pedro, who mostly stand up.
Gian Vellante.
I was gonna say the Italian dude, Gian Vellante. Okay, yeah. But he's got
no idea what the fuck
he's got some wrestling though. We don't want to throw him with Patrick Cummins.
But Gian Vellante,
like, nobody wants to see Patrick Cummins crush Gokhan Saki.
Gian Vellante is not gonna fucking take him down.
He's got good wrestling.
He does have good wrestling, but when have you ever fucking seen him use it?
Yeah.
Never.
Well, that's the thing about Gian Vellante. He has the worst game plan ever.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Maybe Roger Nog. Roger? Give him old Roger Nog. When do you see Roger Nog taking anyone down?
Yeah.
99% of the time, he tried to fucking box everyone. I was an Olympic boxer. Bro, stop it. You're a fucking jiu-jitsu player. Get it to the mat. God damn it.
But I think, unfortunately, once he hits the top 10 light heavyweights, there's going to be a lot of well-rounded fighters.
Might be a little fucked.
Yeah.
But up until then,
I think he should get 2 more gifted fights,
Little gimmies.
Not gimmies, just like guys that fit his, his style.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see him knock some other people out.
Yeah.
Come on, just make it happen. Throw him some, sign some guys to the UFC to fight him specifically, please. Sign another kickboxer. I would love to see that. I'm all about that shit. Moving on as far as the card goes. By the way, probably one of the best knockouts. Yes, a little bit premature, but if Henrique de Silva would have taken another punch, probably would have died. That left hook was fucking vicious. It was vicious. It came from fucking nowhere. Was it a left hook or right hook? I don't even know. It was a counter punch.
Yeah. It was a hook too.
It was something. Next up on the card, we had Dong Hyun Kim. Not the big one, but the little one. The Maestro? The pianist? What's his nickname? Maestro or pianist? Something.
I think it's the Maestro.
Something along those lines. Versus the new Bob Sapp, Takanori Komi. Now, it hurts to say that because I'm a fucking fan of the Fireball Kid, but man, like all of his fights for the last 7-8 fights, he gets touched once, goes down, covers up, fight's over. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's not wanting to get hurt or if he legitimately gets hurt way too soon. I don't know, but man, Gomi's not looked good. He has not looked good in the past 10 fights, man. It's terrible. I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah, pretty much what you said. I mean, it wasn't that good of a performance. Where does he go from here? Is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. If you look at the record,
4-9 in the UFC.
Oh my God, let's take a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight losing streak. All of the fights ending in the first round in 2 minutes or less. Man, that's not good. He's got 1, 2. Man, I don't even know. It's terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4-9 in the UFC. 4-9. God damn. Pride die. Pride not never die. Pride die. Man, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not one to say when to hang it up, but fucking hang it up, Gomi. I'm getting tired of this shit. You're making me sad every time. You're the new BJ Penn. Every time you fucking go up and you say you're gonna fight, I get super excited. I'm like, this is a fight, guys. Gomi's gonna turn it around. He's gonna make some shit happen. We're gonna get the old Fireball Kid back. And then by the end of the fucking night, I'm like 5 beers down and talking about fights where you beat up Charles Bennett or fights where you had the wars with Luis Azeredo and reminiscing and fucking drowning my own fucking tears. Stop it, Gomi. You're hurting people. You're hurting us. You're hurting me. Okay, I'm tired of this. Okay, I'm gonna fucking break up with you. I swear to God. I'm tired of this shit. Bullshit.
You have a lot more strong feelings about him than I do.
Fuck. Pride, man. Fucking pride. No? Look at these belts. Pride belts. They're just fucking so cool.
Well, that's a real fighter right there. He went from Pride to UFC and did something.
This is true.
This
is true. What do you think it is with Gomi that happened? Like, he looked so good in fucking Pride, and then he got to UFC and just ate shit. Like, just straight up. There's no other way to say it.
You can always just throw out the whole supplements thing. And
he's never been super
he doesn't, exactly. He doesn't have the look. It could be there was a lot more mismatches in Pride, so
yeah, that could be it too, right? More pro wrestling-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Gomi ended up losing. He got knocked out in the minute 30 of the fight. Dong Hyun Kim, like I fucking said in the beginning of the fight, I'm like, this guy's gonna say that Gomi was his hero growing up, and he did. Good performance by him. Next fight on the card, we had Jessica Andrade versus Claudia Gadelha. The best fight on the card.
Yeah.
Hands down. It was good. It was back and forth in the first round with with Gadelha taking that round, I think. Looking good.
Yeah, she looked real strong in that round.
And then from there on out, it was just a fucking beatdown with Andrade slamming and beating the shit out of Claudia Gadelha.
I mean, some of the scorecards are 30-25s.
30-25, 30-26, and 30-27. She got racked up, dude.
Yeah.
Man, and honestly, I mean, I thought it was going to be close, and I probably gave the edge to Claudia Gadelha from if I remember correctly. But Andrade just went in there and said, "Fuck all you guys, fuck the odds. I'm gonna make some shit happen." Looked legit. Now, can she get a rematch with Champy? Would Joanna Jędrzejczyk and do something? I don't think so.
Well,
Do you think she should move up? 25?
No, what I was gonna say is that I would think that Claudia would have better takedown defense, ground game, and like ground, overall just a better ground game than Joanna. So I would think that why couldn't Andrade do that to Joanna? Although she didn't do that in the first fight, has she made that much of a turnaround? Where
I think Joanna's got this like she's just got this shit figured out. Her footwork is good. She understands distance, which I think is the biggest thing about fighting that people misunderstand or they don't really get. But she's got the distance gauge on everyone right off the bat. She's got a long reach, right? And she's fast. Pop, 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 move. Pop, 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 move. Pop, 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 move. And that's all she did during that fight. Can Andrade learn how to cut off the cage, put her on the fence, pick her up, and drop her in her fucking face? That's the question, right? Do you want to see a rematch?
Man.
Or is it too soon?
I want to see the Andrade that fought Gadelha, fight Joanna.
What if Rose wins against Joanna Jędrzejczyk?
I don't think
that's gonna happen.
Questions in the division.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. If that happens, don't give Champy the rematch. Give it to fucking to Jessica Andrade. I would love to see Rose versus Jessica Andrade. Man, would that be a fucking good fight? Woo! I'm getting excited just thinking about it right now, man. Jesus. And then the main event, like I said, Andrade looking great, tossing around Claudia Gadelha. But the main event, I mean, I don't like to call people dumb, but fucking losing by Von Flue choke to St. Preux, man. I mean, that's his move.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for it.
Like, that's like going up against Hulk Hogan and not expecting a power slam to a fucking leg drop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and there really isn't any advantage for going for that overhook.
None. There was absolutely. I mean, unless he was going for like 100%, which is like a straight jiu-jitsu move. But even then, like, dude, he was in half guard, reaching around the head against a guy that already has 2 finishes via Von Flue choke. And just nasty, put you to sleep fucking chokes. And he goes for it. Reaches over the head. The one move we tell him not to do. OSP, real fucking quick, locks up them hands. And you could just see Okami's face go from like, I'm okay to like, oh, fuck. Oh.
And it's kind of disappointing because Okami was on a 3-fight win streak.
I think it was on a 4-fight win streak.
Well, no, I'm saying, but when he got cut from the UFC. He had a 3-fight win streak, lost to Jacare, and got cut.
Yes.
So everybody was feeling bad for him because, like, you are on a 3-fight win streak and you lose to Jacare and you get cut. But then he comes back and has this performance.
Yeah.
And now it's like, man, like, you just kind of pissed me off there.
You're wasting my time, bro. You're wasting my time. Do you think he gets another fight?
In the OC?
Yeah.
In the continent other than Asia? No.
In the continent other than Asia? No. Fuck, man. I didn't even think about that. I hope they give him one more. I'm sure that because he took the fight on short notice, they said, we'll give you one more.
You're right. That's probably a lot of the stipulations of...
Yeah.
I think, like, when you come in and you have to fight a Gokhan Saki or somebody on short notice.
Guaranteed to take another fight. Yeah, probably. Man, poor Okami. It's okay, man. I feel for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you for your next one. Yeah. Right after that, we had that fight wrap up on Friday. That card wrap up on Friday. We had another card the next day. We had Bellator 183 with Benson Henderson versus Pitbull as a headliner. Roy Nelson making his debut. And
I just noticed this. Like, they have, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook,
yes,
and you see this.
Yes.
Promo poster. Why do they have Roy Nelson's body out front and center?
Because he's fucking big country, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man, are you fat shaming? Are you one of those guys? Fat shaming? Oh, man. Look at this guy.
I'm just saying that
I'm a
visually, visual aesthetics.
Ketogenic.
Ketogenic. Put him in the background, Everybody knows the face of him. You don't need to see the
Man, it was a good card. I mean, like,
I'll ask you that right now.
Yes.
What did you like better? Friday night UFC or Saturday night Bellator?
Man, that's a toughie. I feel like.
Well, I'll put it this way. The best fight was
Saturday,
the Claudia fight.
The most meaningful fight of the weekend was on Friday in the UFC.
Yeah.
But the more entertaining
moments
happened in Bellator.
Yes.
Except for the main event.
Yeah.
Going through the Bellator card, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I had a great time watching. We had let's go through it real quick. Giyoto Yamaguchi versus Adam Piccolotti. That ended up in a submission, right? Then we had Aaron Pico versus Justin Lin with a fucking monstrous counter left hook. Dude looked good in that fight. Now, with that being said, motherfucker got hit a lot.
Yeah,
you pointed that out.
He blocks punches with his face.
He definitely blocks punches with his face. I don't think that is the best strategy. Yeah. But at 145, he could take it. Now, at 155,
he proved that he couldn't.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. He took the punch. He got dropped. He didn't get knocked out cold. He got choked out, right? So I think he can take a punch. It's just not smart. At 45, I don't think he'll have a problem. I don't think there's anyone that's going to really give him a huge punch that's going to knock him out cold. With time, he'll start developing that, that awareness of like the timing and distance and all that kind of shit. He'll probably improve a little bit. But he looked good, man. Yeah. He fucking looked like a winner. He looked like a real winner. Came out, I think, what was it, 3 minutes into the round, something like that, and got that one punch knockout. The guy that he knocked out, cold. He was out cold. It was a falling tree knockout. I call it a falling tree knockout because he got hit. If you ever chop down a tree, they just go. Same thing for this guy. His name is Justin Lin. Just.
And that moment right there, I think is so huge because you have these prospects that are brought up, and you're like, I want to see this guy do something, and you're like, why is he getting paid so much? If you look at somebody like Sage Northcutt,
yeah,
I mean, he has the look, might have the skill, but like he hasn't put together any kind of highlights in the UFC that would make you think that this guy is worth the time and the money.
Let me just point this out real quick. Sage Northcutt got hired because he has spectacular pecs.
Yes,
1,000%. That kid does like 5,000 push-ups a week.
But guaranteed. Like you would think that you'd have one karate kick. Is it taekwondo or karate?
I think it's karate. He can front flip though. He can do like gainers.
You know what I'm saying? His move is to run up, do like the machine gun punch kind of like, and then go for a takedown.
Which makes no sense.
And then
he's a blue belt.
And then gets submitted.
He's a fucking blue belt.
Like till this day, he hasn't really shown like that.
Man, he sells Reebok gear. Who gives a fuck? And he's nice, and he calls everyone sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Bauman, can you be my fan, please, Mr. Bauman?
Sir, this ain't gonna happen.
Sir.
Yeah.
No, Aaron Pico looked fucking spectacular, and
he showed us the glimpse of what he can be.
Absolutely, he looked good. Super pumped to see his next fight. I just hope they're smart with the matchmaking. They don't fucking throw him another gigantic man that's got a ridiculous 10-1 record or some bullshit like that. Give him these guys that are 4-2, 5-1, 6-3, etc. Give him that range until he's got like 10 fights, 12 fights. Build him up. Not necessarily the way that boxing does it with a bunch of cans, right? Give him slight challenges here and there, but fucking don't throw him to the wolves right off the bat. I want to see this kid develop. He's 20, right? No, he's 21. He just turned 21. Give him some fucking time. Throw him the belt in like 6 or 7 fights. Match him up with AJ McKee down the line. That'll be a good fucking fight. AJ McKee's a killer. Kid's a fucking killer. But develop him, man. He needs some time. Little Green still likes to get hit, but man, he's gonna be good for sure. Moving on, we got Roy Nelson versus is it Javi or Javi? Javi Ayala. I want to say because he's Mexican, it's Javi Ayala.
Javi, I think it's Javi.
Javi.
You should be speaking on this, not me. But I think it's Javi.
We're gonna go because I'm in Ohio now. I become an Ohioan. We're gonna go Javi Ayala.
Javi, okay.
Javi. Man, that was a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a pretty good fight for a heavyweight fight. We had ground game. We had fucking stand up. We had some clinch work. It was up and down. Both guys had decent cardio.
Nobody got super tired.
Yeah, no, that's what it was kind of impressive, right? they both had a lot of activity, but none of them really got exhausted like you typically would see in a heavyweight fight. I thought it was a great debut for Roy Nelson. Probably one of the better debuts for a UFC fighter in Bellator. Would you agree?
I mean, that's not
Except
really
for
a
Rory
high
McDonald.
bar. That's not a high bar to jump over, but
Yeah, well, Roy McDonald looked like a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
We had Benson Henderson getting fucking smoked in his debut,
and then
right?
Larkin, who we'll talk about later.
Larkin didn't do good in his debut, right?
No.
So it's been like hit and miss, and Roy Nelson looked pretty good. And here's what I don't. Okay, we'll talk about pay a little bit later, but man, his pay is off. Something does not seem right. Moving on, Roy Nelson gets a decision there. Paul Daly versus Lorenz Larkin. Fuck, that was a good fight, right? A little slow at first, but then these guys started throwing down some fucking leather. Man, it got fucking exciting real quick. Paul Daly getting a vicious knockout, going for the spinning back fist. Lorenz Larkin being like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't giving me that spinning shit. Boosh, left hook, fucking out of nowhere. Follow up. He went from looking at his opponent's stance facing you, right, to facing the other direction, not knowing what's going on, having that like dazed look, and then Paul Daly comes off to the side, boof, gets the follow-up punches, drops him, finishes him with some ground and pound. Paul Daly looked mean as fuck. That guy's got some vicious power in that left hand. It's crazy.
He's very
man.
one-dimensional, but that one dimension is very fun to watch.
It's deadly. It's deadly. I mean, he's got legit power, like legit one-punch power. Not a lot of people have that. I mean, and this guy's got it, and it's been consistent throughout his entire fucking career. People are scared of that left hand, and there's a reason to be scared. His call-out was legit. I love the call-out.
I've heard that he was the one backing. Well, he called out Venom Page.
Yes,
but then he started backing down the.
Wait, afterwards?
You want to pull it up, maybe?
Pull what up? Pull up what? What? I don't understand what you're saying.
Paul Daly backing off fight with Page.
Dude, in the cage, he was calling him out. I don't know. Oh my god. God damn it. First thing that comes up. Paul Daly backtracks again on Michael Page call. God damn it, motherfucker. You have such a good in-cage moment. You're going to go ahead and backtrack on that shit? That's bullshit. I'm tired of it.
Well, I mean, it could have just been like, I want a bigger name.
Why? That's like the fight to make. These guys have beef.
Yeah.
They're both English. Make an event in fucking, what is the O2 Arena? Make this shit happen. We all want to see. I want to fucking see that shit. Hardcore fans, the only people that watch Bellator, want to watch this fucking fight. That's a fucking main event that you can sell so easily, especially in the fucking UK. Bellator would be crazy not to make up that match. Man,
it is kind of strange. Unless they want, Venom Page only to fight cans.
Cans? Why? It does nothing for me. I'm tired of it. It was pretty cool at first.
Although his last fight was epically terrible.
Yeah, no,
I could have kind of shown holes that he had.
I'm completely over it. I want to see Paul Daly versus fucking Venom Page. Yeah, I don't know. Main event, man. The main event. God damn, such a good night of fights.
Well, it was only 3 rounds.
Thank God it was only 3 rounds. Patricky Pitbull versus Benson Henderson in a typical Benson Henderson fight. Split decision. This time not going his way. Man, it was not fun. It was long. It was not a lot of action.
Benson-y.
Very Benson Henderson-ish. And then him being surprised at the end that he lost, man. When the decision came, like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
I legitimately was like,
invested.
I almost didn't even like watch the decision. No good. Terrible fight. Man, Benson, what's up with him? Coming to Bellator, he looked good, right? And then like leaving the UFC, and then he comes to Bellator and he just has this fucking terrible luck. His fights, he's losing a bunch of fights. What do you think it is?
I think obviously he's on the decline because of age and things like that. But I don't think he's looked bad. It's not like he's being knocked out.
He's 33. He's 33.
But he's got a lot of mileage. I think it's one of those things where in the UFC he kind of slid by with his razor thin decisions, and he got kind of on the lucky side.
Yeah.
He comes over to Bellator, and then things are go just a little bit. Like they shouldn't go, and he gets those decisions against him.
Let's look at his record, right? So let's start from WEC. WEC was, in his last fight in WEC, he lost to Anthony Pettis, and that was a famous fight where he had the Showtime kick. He's got a decision win, decision win, decision win, decision win, decision win, decision win, decision win. And he's got guys like Jim Miller, Clay Guida, Frankie Edgar twice, Nate Diaz, Gilbert Melendez, all in those decisions. Loses via armbar to Anthony Pettis. Decision win against Josh Thompson, a close one. I actually remember that was a split. Husam Kabilov wins via RNC. And then RDA gets TKO, decision against Don Cerrone. And then he goes on a 2-fight win streak against Brandon Thatch and George Masvidal before going to Bellator. Now, that's a pretty fucking solid record.
Yeah.
Then he gets to Bellator.
But he's not getting knocked out in Bellator.
Bellator, well, he got lit the fuck up by Andrei Koreshkov. He got
that was actually the most fun fight he's had in Bellator.
Absolutely. And he was on the ass whooping end, on the whoopee end of the fight. It was ridiculous. Goes on, wins via TKO, leg injury against Little Pitbull, right? Yeah. Which, I mean, what can you say about that? It was 2 minutes of the fight, and the other guy broke his leg. And then Michael Chandler, he loses, gets suplexed like 3 times, right? Mm-hmm. That was fucking sweet. And then loses a decision against Patricky. Man, I don't know. I don't want to say he's too old.
But he's always kind of been the same fighter. He's hard to put away. Has good cardio. Has good chin. Overall, he's well-rounded everywhere.
Is it maybe because the guys in Bellator are better than we thought?
Or I think it's because when you win razor-close decisions and you're getting a little bit older and you're going to Bellator and you're hoping not to work as hard, which we'll talk about later.
That's an interesting theory, right? So
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people go in there thinking it's going to be an easier fight. I think maybe the guys in Bellator are better than we thought. Honestly, think about it. I mean, like Michael Chandler beat the shit out of fucking Benson Anderson. Andrei Koreshkov beat the shit out of Benson Anderson, a former UFC champ. I think it's a combination of everything. Now, talking about things that looked a little funny, we were talking about that, touch base on it real quick. The payouts for Bellator, real weird. I mean, like all these guys from the UFC went over to Bellator saying that they got better pay rates and all this other kind of shit. But if we look at the lineup, you got, for example, let's take a look. Roy Nelson, 60 G's for this fight, 30 and 30. I'm pretty sure he was making a lot more money in the UFC.
I was surprised, yeah.
That's super surprising. Lorenz Larkin, 40,000 flat. I'm pretty sure he was making more than that in the UFC.
I don't know about the Lorenz Larkin man that came out.
Yeah, I think he was making 60 and 60. 60 and 60. Paul Daly making 50 flat, no win bonus. And then Benson Henderson making 50,000. That guy was making 6 figures. For sure he was. So I don't know what's going on with Bellator pay. All these guys are going over there saying that they're getting paid more money. But the actual payouts, they don't look that good.
I think they're thinking of a payout of less headshots because they think it's going to be easier competition.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't think any of these guys went in there thinking that it's going to be an easier show. Or an easier pathway, really. Because you're still getting punched in the fucking face.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be backroom pay. There has to be. I think that's the real thing. I'm curious to I wish I could see the contracts exactly how it's laid out.
But if there was more backroom pay, wouldn't it be more beneficial for Bellator to have the shown amount that they give people, like we're looking at right here, be higher? Because it doesn't benefit them to give a fighter $20,000 and then under the table give them another $20,000.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not too sure. I'm not really. I'm just
also
curious. I want to see how that turns out.
I also read this that we heard about the whole Reebok and the sponsorship thing screwing over people.
Yes.
And that Bellator, people like Brendan Schaub were saying, well, he didn't go to Bellator, but he was saying he was making $100,000 for sponsorships.
Just sponsorships.
So supposedly all those sponsorships dried up. So the condom depots, the places, the companies like that,
Dynamic Fastener,
whatever
the fuck that is.
Once the UFC went to Reebok, those companies pivoted. They weren't like, oh shit, we'll just go to Bellator and get as much viewers. They were like, fuck, we'll just totally leave MMA.
Yeah.
So like, at one time there was a lot of sponsorships, but because of Reebok, it's been dried out. So Reebok not only fucked over the UFC, but they fucked over Bellator because they made a lot of companies pivot to a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really wish I could get my hands on one of those contracts or talk to someone that has a Bellator contract so I could see what it is that's going on. Because the pay just seems so crazy to me. It's just so weird. Going from so high to so low, and everyone's pivoting over to that same company. I don't know. Pay is super weird. But yeah, moving on from that, we had another awesome thing that happened at Bellator. Probably the highlight of the night, which really is what made me say that the show was all around better, was a turtleneck from Roy McDonald. How glorious is that fucking turtleneck? This guy knows what's fucking up. He knows.
He looks like a combination of like a Bond, Jason Bourne, like a mercenary badass, and then like Steve Jobs.
It's just
like he's gonna sell you an iPad that's rigged up with explosive to blow you up.
He looked great. The turtleneck was spectacular. I loved it. I feel like he knows what us as the fans want from him.
And I bet you he put it on and he looked in the mirror. He's like, "Oh, I like this tactile neck." Called it like a tactile neck or something.
Fuck, it's too good. I fucking love it. The turtleneck on Rory McDonald is the new Fedor sweater. Mm-hmm. I think we could safely fucking say that. Man, that was great. I just want to touch base on that real quick. Now, this week we had a big thing on the news come out where Tyron Woodley was saying, why am I not ranked in the pound for pound list? All these other guys are on pound for pound. Look at what I've done for pound. This, that.
What he said was that 3 of the 6 haven't defended their belts. Connor,
right,
Max,
okay,
and what was it? DC? No, DC's defended it.
DJ? No, DJ just defended.
No, it's pull up.
Pull up the pound for pound. Pull up the pound for pound. Let's take a look. CB, Max Holloway, DC. Probably DC because DC just lost. But yeah, I mean, Tyron Woodley saying that he deserves to be in the top 5 pound for pound or some bullshit like that. I don't know. He's got this stuck in his head, and that sparked up a debate between myself and the albino gazelle over here to my right as to what the pound for pound list is. From the top 5 perspective. And we have our lists, and we want to hear what you guys think as far as the pound for pound list goes. And I want you to let us know what your thoughts are. So let's go ahead and have the albino gazelle give us his pound for pound top 5 list. Now, before we start there, let me read what the UFC has on their list. We've got DJ as number 1, Conor McGregor as number 2, Stipe Miocic as number 3, Max Holloway as number 4, and DC as number 5. That's what the UFC has on their official rankings. What have you got over there on your end, Mr. Albino Gazelle?
Well, I think it was a really tough decision, and
I took into account what Tyrone said, the defense of the titles. Also, I also thought, like, who are their last losses? And
out of that, I have Mighty Mouse number 1.
Okay, all right.
Number 2, I have Cody, who has not lost in the UFC, and pretty much all of his wins have been very decisive. Very decisive.
All three of his wins in the UFC with very strong competition. 5. AK only been 2 guys that have names. Go ahead, continue.
Moving on with the decisive wins and no losses in the UFC, Joanna.
Okay, keep going. All right, do what you got.
And then from there,
it's I have to have Tyrone in the top 5. I have to, because of his last 6 matches have been wins. He had that stupid draw, but his last loss is Roy McDonald.
Yeah,
which was like 5 fights ago.
I have to have him in the top 5. From there, you can put. I think you can put DC, Stipe. You can put a bunch of people. You can make the Conor argument, but let me just say why I did not put Conor in mine. I know that people are gonna be up in arms about Conor not being in the top 5. If you look at Conor's last 3 fights, he's 2-1, right? And his loss is to Nate Diaz. That loss is Mighty Mouse, Cody, Joanna, Tyrone, DC. None of those people have as bad of a loss as Nate Diaz. I love Nate Diaz. And you're gonna say he's a 2?
No, don't start with what I'm going to say.
You go ahead.
Don't start with what I'm going to say. You give me your case.
So I want to make faces while you're talking about Bisping. You've been over here making faces at me. I'm gonna make faces at you while you're talking about Bisping.
Let me tell you. Okay, let's go through my top 5. I've got DJ number 1. I think everyone agrees DJ's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Conor, 2 division champ. That says it all. The only man in the history of the UFC to hold 2 belts at the same time. Current champ for 145, current champ for 155. He did not say, I'm giving up the belt. The UFC took the belt. 2 division champ. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's gone multiple weight classes, one belt in 2 divisions. Currently holds them. Okay? Doesn't matter what you say, motherfucker. That's the fucking truth.
Jump in?
What you got? There's nothing you can say. He's got 2 belts.
Okay.
He's got 2 fucking belts.
Okay, he won the 145 belt, right?
He won the 145 belt. Went up to 155.
He went and fought Nate Diaz
At
and lost.
170.
2
weight classes above him. 2 weight classes.
He's a 155er.
He was a 145er that skipped 155, went to 170, right? Had a bad night.
Okay, if he
Had
fight
a bad night.
Nate Diaz is a 155er. We all know that.
Hey man,
He loses-
Nate Diaz was like 197 pounds that night. Okay, fucking relax. He goes in there, beats Nate Diaz in the rematch, goes down to 155, knocks out Eddie Alvarez, takes the fucking belt, holds to. He's the motherfucking champ. You can't say anything.
What
He's
I can
number
say
2.
is that just proves my point. He's the only guy in the UFC who can craft his own path. He can craft his own matches, and he can be like, "Oh, that was a 170. I can say that's a 170, so I can fight for the belt at 155 or whatever the fuck I want to."
How was he crafted? First off,
Because he lost to a 155er named Nate Diaz. He should have.
Oh my god! If you look at Conor McGregor's record, Conor McGregor went through fucking hell to fucking get to where he's at.
He started in the 155 division?
Throughout everything,
Yes,
man.
he went through hell in the 145 division.
He went through what he needed to go through to make that shit happen. Came from cage rage as a 2-division champion. Came in his debut, right? In his debut, fights Marcus Brimage. Knocks him out with fucking uppercuts like no fucking other. That we've never fucking seen. Beautiful uppercuts. Knocks Marcus Brimage out. Beats the fuck out of Max Holloway. Straight up beats the fuck out of him with a torn ACL.
When Max Holloway was just an average fighter at the time.
Really? Really, we're going to say that? Max Holloway went on like a 50-fight win streak right after that. Beats, and by the way, each fight, he was going to lose, according to the fucking pundits. Beats Diego Brandao in Ireland. Causes a fucking ruckus. He was supposed to lose to him. Okay, fine. Throw him a top 5 guy. They put in Dustin Poirier, who at the time was a top 5. Knocks out Dustin Poirier. Goes in there, destroys him. Okay, we'll throw someone else at him. Dennis Siver, at the time, was top 10. Dennis Siver was top 10.
Was he?
At the time, he was like number 7. Okay? He was like number 7. So you can't say anything about it. Hindsight's 20/20, bro. Hindsight's 20/20. Goes in, beats Dennis Siver, fucks him up. Fights Chad Mendes.
Short notice.
Doesn't fucking matter, man. Oh, well, he's not going to defend a takedown. He's not going to survive that shit. Knocks Chad Mendes out. Goes in, fights the greatest featherweight we have ever seen on the fucking planet. Knocks him out with one fucking punch. No one has ever
in 13 seconds
done anything. 13 seconds. 13. I can't do the Irish accent. Becomes a champ. Goes up, skips 155, goes up to 170, loses Nate Diaz.
There's no skipping 155.
Skips 155. Then, once he's had training and preparation for Nate Diaz, fights him at 170 again, wins the fight by decision, decisive victory.
Wait. So,
and then he beats out.
Let me ask you this.
Knocks out Eddie Alvarez for the belt.
I'm gonna drop the mic here. Name a fighter who's ever fought somebody and lost and came back and their own decision to fight that person again. Nobody. There hasn't been a fighter who lost to another fighter and then decided, hey, you're going to fight me again because I make the matches.
They wanted to fight each other, and the UFC wanted them to fight because of this.
So I agree that he has good wins. He has, a good record, but he has hand-selected that record.
Number 2 on my pound for pound. And you fought the greatest boxer that currently lives, the best boxer of our generation. and made it to 10 rounds.
Who
in a sport that he does not
Who do you
belong in.
got? Kevin Lee or Conor McGregor in a fight?
That is irrelevant.
No,
I would 1,000% pick Conor
Kevin
motherfucking
Lee.
McGregor. DJ, Conor number 2. Number 3, I got Max Holloway. The win streak, ridiculous. Beats, again, the best featherweight.
I could follow you through all. This is fine.
Number 3.
Your top 4 are cool with me.
Number 4,
This is-
Cyborg. People don't talk about Cyborg on the pound for pound list. Number 4, 1,000% Cyborg.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
Her win streak is how fucking long?
I can dig what you're saying.
You can't say anything. And number 5.
Oh my god.
Number 5, Michael motherfucking Bisping. That's right. The count. The count is number 5. Now let me tell you why. Think about who he's beat. This legend right here.
I don't think you beat him.
Who got the W?
Oh my god.
He beat arguably the best.
Arguably didn't win.
Arguably the best 185er in the division right now that's not holding the belt. Luke Rockhold via knockout. Beat the greatest 185er ever to live and arguably the best fighter ever, Anderson Silva.
Or Dean should have stopped the fight.
It doesn't matter. He won. Plus, he's got a fucking huge laundry list of fucking guys that he can beat. And if he beats GSP, he would have then beaten 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking legends. GSP is one of the greatest fighters of all time. He's one of the GOATs. Top 3 GOATs. Top 3 GOATs. You're going to tell me he's not. Is GSP not one of the greatest of all time?
See, Bisping's got 1 glass out. I think you got 2. You do not know what the fuck you're seeing. You do not know. Okay, you got 2 glass out, motherfucker.
Let me ask you this. Do you think GSP is one of the greatest of all time? Yes or no?
The man who's going to fight in
do you think
the man who's going to fight in November?
When you think George St. Pierre, do you think one of the greatest of all time? It's a yes or no question.
Previous to 2017, yes. But right now, I haven't seen him fight in 3 years. And if he beats GSP, you're going to be like, oh my god,
he would have
the best ever.
GSP, Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson, Luke Rock. Dude, come on.
Okay, Anderson Silva has started this whole waving his arms,
I don't
karate,
give 2
whatever.
fucks, bro. That's
he's
his
not even
choice.
the same Anderson anymore. Like the way he fights, like.
Number 5, Michael Bisping. I'm sorry, but I believe that my list is way fucking stronger than your list. Who the fuck? What is this? What is this? Fucking Tyron Woodley? DC? Who the fuck? Okay, DC. I'll give you DC over Tyron. Joanna Jędrzejczyk? Really? Really? You want to talk shit?
See, the difference between Joanna and Bisping is when she wins, she decisively wins.
Oh.
No, we're not arguing about her, or like, did she win or didn't. The only one is Claudia, the first Claudia fight.
It doesn't matter if it's decisive or not.
Yes, it does.
Wins.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
That has some.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I'm getting ready to fucking flip this table. I'm just kidding. I won't do that because I have way too much cool shit right here. You're ridiculous.
I think the Bisping shit's ridiculous. I was with you on everything except for like I'm cool with your top 4.
We're gonna take a poll, motherfucker.
Okay.
We're gonna see who's closer to the truth, you or me.
No, I just think the poll should Bisping be in the top 5? That's all.
No, we should make a poll. Whose top 5 is more accurate, yours or mine?
Well, I could see if yours is more accurate up until the 5th one. Up until the 5th one, I have no problem with Cyborg. I have no problem with Conor.
Oh fuck.
I have no problem with those guys. I have a problem with Bisping.
Oh my god. All right, guys. That's fucking it for us. That is it for us. We Oh fuck. That is just too much. Is that it for us today? What else have we got? Do we have anything else lined up? I can't remember.
Eating ass.
The tweet of the week. I don't think I have it pulled up even. Fuck. Oh, we can't give it away yet. I'm eating ass. Does that give it away right off the bat? The tweet of the week. Typically, we have something pulled up. I pulled up Derek Brunson. Derek Lewis. God damn it. Derek Lewis Twitter. So I don't know if you guys follow Derek Lewis on Twitter or Twitter or Instagram, but this motherfucker, he knows what's up. He knows what he's fucking doing all the time. I don't know if he has someone managing his fucking Twitter account or not, or his fucking Instagram account or not. But man, this guy knows what's up.
I think he's got people making him memes because he's got some fucking mean memes going on.
He's got great shit. Great, everything from top to bottom. But he's got this. I don't know. I'm trying to find the picture. I can't find the picture. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Paige Van Zandt recently had a post up on. Was it Instagram? Did she have it, or was it on Twitter? I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, she had something up recently where it had a picture of her in the background that said, "When it rains, it pours. Herniated disc, double ear infection, sinus infection, pink eye, and ringworm all right now. Send me good vibes." And Derek Lewis, being the motherfucking genius that he is, the internet master that he is, replies with some fucking gold. Let me pull it up over here real quick. Where did we go? Oh, shit. Here we go. He replies with this fucking gem. "You gotta eat ass after they shower, not before." What a fucking genius. And this is over through his fucking verified account on Paige Van Zandt's fucking Instagram. He's a beast. He is the all-time social media great. A close second is someone like Mike Perry or some bullshit. That's just because they outline this bullshit that he says. But fucking Derek Lewis has this shit on lock. No ifs, ands, or buts. Spectacular tweet. If you get a chance, go follow his shit. He's a genius. He knows what's up. All right, guys. That's it for us tonight. We got over an hour in today. Typically, the show is just under an hour. But good shit. The gazelle, the white albino gazelle over here, talking nonsense with his fucking top 5. Terrible choices. Catch us back next week. Thursdays around 10:30ish. Once the Ultimate Fighter is done and taken care of. Street Grappler 2 every Thursday, like I was saying. Catch us in. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Like us on Twitter or whatever. We don't even have a Twitter. We should probably get on that. And we have a YouTube channel now. Everything's going to be uploaded on YouTube starting today. If you get a chance or you need any web development stuff, go ahead and reach out to portside.io. Can we fucking point at that? Like, where's that? Can we? How do we do that? Right there. Portside.io. Reach out to them for their web development needs. They take care of us very well over here at Street Grappler 2. But yeah, catch you guys next week. Thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate it.